Where are all the donors, right? I get the question all the time. How do I go about finding donors for my nonprofit? And I'm not entirely sure why this question is asked because they're everywhere, right? Everyone is a potential donor, but I get it, right? People are just trying to figure out, okay, how do I sift through all the noise and really lock in on finding good donors for my nonprofit? So, here's 5 approaches that I've used to find quality donors for my nonprofit. First is getting involved in your community, right? Service organizations, professional organizations, right? Some that I've utilized is the local Rotary and BNI, Business Networking International. This is a great networking group where you kind of cut the crap and everybody talks about how we can help one another build business, right? And BNI offers a free year for nonprofits. I'm not selling BNI right now. It was just really good for me. Within the first 4 months of BNI, I secured a $29,000 donation for my organization. So it can be great, right? But get involved in whatever it is within your community. Don't join something that you don't enjoy, right? Join a group of people that you enjoy. Dive in, get to know those people, build relationships. Don't just be about you and your nonprofit, right? People can tell when you're only about you and your organization. You've got to show the community and the people that you're involved with that you're about others, right? You're not just there for that. It's okay to be there for that, but you've got to be there for others, right? And so jump in, get to know people, develop relationships, be genuinely curious about them, and then when the time comes, share about your organization as well. So get involved in local organizations or local events or whatever it might be, happenings, whatever is up your alley. Get involved with it, get out into the community. That's how you will meet more and more new people and potential donors. Okay, number 2, referrals. And this one frustrates me because there are a lot of nonprofit staff and coaches who will say, "Oh yeah, just find new donors through referrals," as if it's incredibly easy. And it's not, right? If you go to, so and so current donor and say, "Hey, current donor, could you introduce me to 5 other people that you think might donate to this organization?" 99% of the time you're going to get crickets. Well, you'll probably get "Oh yeah, sure," and then they'll never follow through, right? That happens all the time because it's too direct, right? It's too people don't want to be that direct with other people. They don't want to open their network like that, especially to someone who's just going to ask the other people for money, right? And honestly, after 10 years of nonprofit work, I wouldn't do it that way, right? I wouldn't be somebody who's like, "Oh yeah, let me just introduce you to 5 other people that you can ask for money." Doesn't feel right. But if you think about referrals a little bit more creatively, a little bit more outside the box, right, then you can really lock in on this thing. So a couple of different things you can do here, right? You got to be creative. Say, "Hey, donor, current donor, we're hosting an event, you know, at our nonprofit or wherever. Would you be willing to attend and bring someone else," right? Again, a little bit of a direct thing, and he or she knows that there might be a monetary ask there, but it's a little more indirect, right? They can come eat food at your event or whatever it is, right? There's some value for the person that they're asking other than being hassled for money, right? Or, "Hey, current donor, I'm going to play a game of golf," or "I'm going to a baseball game," or "I'm going to a church meeting," or whatever it is that you and donor could do together, and invite them to join you as well as, anybody else that they'd like to bring, something along those lines, right? Now, that's one approach, and those are still a little bit direct, and you still might get crickets on this. But here's how you can think of referrals as well, right? Don't think of referrals as initiated by you, right? You simply have to get to know current donors well enough that they will invite you to things, right? Now you're stepping into their world. Their people are likely already going to be in their world, right? So they might invite you over to their home for a dinner. They might invite you out to another nonprofit event. They might invite you to go to the baseball game, whatever it might mean, right? And that's when it's like, okay, I can jump into this thing without me being the pushy person. It can be organic. I can meet their connections, and they're often in that time much more willing to allow you to jump in with their connections, right? Because it doesn't feel like they're setting this all up for you to ask those people for money. It feels like they've invited you into this thing, and now you can develop those relationships. So think about referrals creatively. It can be helpful, but there are a lot of people who try to oversimplify that and make it seem like, "Oh yeah, that's just the easiest way to go about it." No, it's not. Okay. Number 3 is create opportunities for people to encounter your mission in person, right? whatever your nonprofit does, create opportunities for people to come and see the mission happening, to taste it, to feel it, to touch it, right? And so whenever I worked for Farming with Friends, we did a monthly volunteer opportunity, right, where we would invite local businesses and churches to bring groups of 10, anywhere from 10 to 50 people out onto the farm to volunteer alongside of our staff for a half day, right? Now those people have encountered my mission in person. They've seen what it's all about, and I've got a list of their names. Sometimes I didn't, but either way, you can connect with them on Facebook, whatever it might be, right? Try and find a way to get contact information. But then you've got warm people who might be potential donors for your organization. I also did 3 to 5 farm tours a week during my time with Farming with Friends, right? Again, the whole goal, get people on the farm. It's a win-win, right? They're excited. They want to come see the farm. A lot of time they bring their kids. They'd see sheep and chickens and all of that, right? But now I have a connection that can become a donor, right? So create opportunities for people to encounter your mission in person. That's a great way to keep a warm donor base or potential donor base for yourself. Number 4, we're moving into the digital realm. We've moved into it. We're way into it, right? Online groups, whether it be through the various social medias, right? You've got to think of social media channels as places where a ton of people gather, right? If you had a gathering of thousands and thousands of people within your community at all times, wouldn't you want to go check it out, right? Get to know some people. Wouldn't you think, hey, there might be some potential donors there, right? And so within your particular social medias, I'll use Facebook as an example, right? They have Facebook groups, and you can join these groups, and it's just groups of people who are passionate about a particular thing. So you might think, well, my nonprofit is a pet shelter, right? So maybe I'll join a group called Dog Lovers, right? Get to know people, jump in. I love dogs too. Let's jump in, let's get to know one another, build relationships, and then when the time comes, share your mission, right? So think about those online groups and platforms as a real opportunity to develop connections and build a potential donor base for yourself. And then lastly is simply what I call the Hansel and Gretel approach, right? If you're familiar with that story, Hansel and Gretel just followed the next breadcrumb down the path through the woods, right? And they'd eat that breadcrumb and they'd go to the next one and the next one, right? Whenever you've got a potential donor on your mind or on your heart, move on it, right? Go have that meeting, ask that person, whatever that looks like in that context, because a lot of times you're sitting on that one person and nothing else is coming, right? It's like that one person has created a log jam within you. If you'll just go ahead and get that out of the way, whether it be good or bad, could be a yes, could be a no, who knows, then more will flow. It's this odd sort of principle that happens where whenever we get stuck on something, nothing else flows. Go ahead and execute upon that and watch the other connections start to flow, right? Okay, that's my 5 tips on how to find a warm potential donor base. I hope it goes well for you. Take care.